live.
So it's on a pretty reasonable delay here then.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty.
Well, that's cool though. Looks tight.
Yeah, dog. And then the chat box will be right there.
Just down on the left side.
Alerts right there.
Oh, nice. So like on this, okay, so it'll show the chat over here as we're looking at it on this laptop. Okay. So nobody's watching yet. What do you want to talk about today?
I don't know. Oh yeah, we should probably do the actual. Oh.
Well, yeah. I'm brainstorming now, but
okay, it's recording too, so we can go whenever.
So this will go up fully live.
Yeah, this will go up as is, just like
okay.
Twitch.
So maybe we shouldn't brainstorm on.
We can brainstorm. Fuck it.
I should know if we can edit this, like once it gets put to YouTube, if we can pull the first few minutes off.
I'm sure we can. It says edit video right there.
Oh, okay.
I mean, even still, people like hearing us bullshit for no reason.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about reviving Average Ghosts.
Yeah, as what?
I feel like I kind of understand what it is now.
Okay.
But like,
should we just start the podcast? Should we do the intro?
Yeah, fuck
okay.
it.
Hello and welcome to Best Friends Ask Why, episode 40.
40!
For people who have never listened to this podcast before, this is our first YouTube live stream. We have about, as you can tell by the number 40, we have 39 other episodes on the collection.
Actually, we have 40 more episodes. Because we did a bonus one.
Oh, yeah, there's a couple bonus in there, too. Yeah.
So this is actually like episode 41 or some shit.
Look at us. But yeah, if you guys want to check those out, I'll tell you where to find those, and then I'll tell you what we kind of talk about on the podcast. So where to find those, you can go on Spotify, or you can go to our website, or Stitcher, iTunes. I don't know if we're on SoundCloud. I don't think we are.
No, I don't think SoundCloud is one of the like syndicated things. I think it's its own entity.
And then some of our older episodes are on YouTube. We're working to get those on here eventually. We'll see. Who knows? And what we kind of talk about is
whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah, honestly, some episodes are interviews, some episodes are just us bullshitting. I'm sure as life goes on, we will develop more segments and more of a pronounced and streamlined process. But as of now, it's just us collecting the week and seeing what's good. So
processing our thoughts and shit.
So you were talking about reviving
Ghost.
For people who don't know, Average Ghost was a podcast that is what
what started this whole thing.
Yeah, that was our initial process of deciding like, oh, this is fun.
And that was a giant pain in the ass because we were states away and had to record 2 separate audio files and then send them over email because Dropbox wasn't really a thing
I think it's kind of jaded us too, because like I think it'd be easier for this podcast to grow if we did Skype interviews, but it's like I just don't fucking want to do them.
Yeah, I'm really worried about audio quality.
Yeah,
and whenever I hear somebody have a Skype call in, I'm like, oh, that sounds like
I feel you. Yeah, but there's also like Tim Ferriss though. He has fucking 800 million downloads or some shit like that, and
but that's Tim Ferriss.
That's true.
Like he's a fucking biohacker, crazy fucking author.
But if you think about what he's created, it's just like it's a really good idea. Like the way he's done it is really good. Colleen sent me this episode of this show. I forget what the name of it is. I'll see if I can't pull it up real quick.
Was it that review episode, a review podcast?
Maybe the one that the one where they
Beach
just read
too
the
sandy,
reviews.
water too wet.
she said she sent it to me because you don't like having fun.
Oh my god!
Aaron hates laughing, so here you have this, Dylan. She said to me, "What the fuck is it?" Yeah, trying to figure out what's it called. It's called Hair Salon, it's Beach Too
Sandy, Water Too Wet.
Yeah, Water Too Wet, and the episode is episode 5, Hair Salons in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So the idea for this podcast is they just like read shitty Yelp reviews.
Yeah,
which is like that's a pretty good idea. I think there's like a multitude of people who would, because it's.
Well, and they do challenges too. Like that episode's challenge was that they had to find a review that was mean to Amish people.
So how does that work? Do they like keyword search or?
I have no idea. They think they just fucking comb through Yelp and see if they can find something that's like fucking stupid Amish people. And they did. Holy fucking shit. This is
Claw Daddies, dude.
God damn, this is
Claw for Dane.
For real.
Dane, we got them big claws, dude. Got them fucking claw tall boys.
Rawr.
Dude, so I didn't have my ID in my my thing, but luckily the dude Jules at I only know his name's Jules because he wears a t-shirt with his name on it at the gas station. But luckily he knows me well enough that I don't think he's ever carded me before either. But he just let me buy it. And I didn't even realize until like 10 minutes ago. And Chelsea was like, hey, bro, you don't have your ID or your Costco card or any of that shit. And I was like, oh,
fuck.
I just bought alcohol like 4 minutes ago, too.
How did that happen? Fuck. So the reason, like, reviving Average Ghosts actually goes into like the segment idea, but I was doing a mindful poop, and
for people, you want to reiterate what that is for people who didn't listen to last week's episode?
So mindful pooping is pooping without any sort of reading material or distraction.
I'm not about that life. I would say that's when I watch my YouTube videos, but I also watch YouTube videos all the rest of the day too. So,
but basically, I just one day pooped and made the conscious decision to not bring my phone with me.
Yeah.
Like, I had forgotten it, and I was like, oh, shit, maybe I should go grab it. And then I was like, oh, what's pooping like without my phone?
That's that's how addicted to our phones we are. That's like you pinch a part of the turd off, and you're like,
oh,
I gotta
shit.
go get my phone. You like waddle back into your room like a fucking turd penguin, and you're
and hope it doesn't leave any fucking skid marks.
Your butt cheeks just look like those ink blot things.
Some Rorschach fucking cheeks.
I got some Rorschach cheeks, dude. What does this look like to you? Spreads open butthole, shows to person.
Oh, that looks like you forgot your cell phone.
That looks like my dead mom. You need to go to therapy.
Anyway, so I was mindful pooping, and I've realized like what Average Ghosts actually is, other than like a edgy name for shits and giggles. But the idea
was
behind
a very edgy name.
It was. The idea
Jared
behind
thought about stealing it, but
I'm gonna punch him in the dick. What it is it's just the everyday shit that haunts you, like unresolved fears, or like the initial idea was fear of success, fear of failure, victimhood. Those are all just average ghosts. They're shit that everybody deals with on a daily basis. It's not paranormal. It's not something spooky or scary, but it's still something that haunts you.
Yeah.
And
is this something you're thinking about reviving within this, or as a other
That's
thing?
where this conversation comes
okay.
in. I was thinking about making it a standalone podcast where it'd be like 10 to 15 minutes covering one average ghost an episode or whatever.
Yeah.
And doing like a seasonal release where it's like 12 episodes per quarter or some shit like that. I think it works out to be 4 episodes per 3 months, something like that. So 1 a week. Or we could just make it a segment where we take a moment and do, this is the average ghost of this episode, and then our listeners can be like, oh, well, I'm dealing with this thing. Is it an average ghost? Or this is my average ghost? But I feel like,
I think either one of those ideas is cool.
yeah.
I think like having segments in here would be a good idea. Like I thought about today, just asking like, because Best Friends Ask Why is like the name of the podcast. I thought about just asking some random why question.
Well, that's another thing I was thinking about too, is that maybe we come up with a list of fucking questions, then each episode is that question.
Yeah.
And then it leads off on the tangent of whatever the fuck else we want to talk about.
Or even if it was just that for 5 minutes, and then it was just like, yeah, that's the problem. Is like, the thing is, we work a lot. So we work a lot and we do other things a lot. And so, I mean, it's going to be a grind no matter what to do this. But like, if we try to make this an hour-long, like really thought out thing, it gets kind of difficult. Like, I feel like
if we just had those 2 segments, is the question of the day, and then do the average ghost.
Yeah, like if that's what I mean. If those are like small segments, yes. But if like an episode is dedicated to like why some random thing, I have a problem researching an hour's worth of material.
Oh no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
I don't like that at all. I would rather.
Those kind of podcasts are the ones that I never listen to week after week, too. It's like the ones that I listen to all the time are the ones personality-based.
Yeah. Colleen sent me, I think it was Crime Junkies, and I listened to that for a little bit, but it definitely gets old and feels kind of scripted, and like they
That's
pause
what I mean.
for
It's
shock
like,
value and shit.
Yeah.
And while that, I know a lot of people like that, that's not what podcasting is for me. Like that feels just like radio and TV. Like when you break it down that far.
Can I get a fish sandwich? Like that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I like the conversational.
Well, I mean, like this kind of goes. This is a street that works really well for my personality and not for yours. But I think about it in a way that it's like I want our personalities to come through, because if this ever like amounts to something that's impactful to like hundreds of thousands of people, I want them to feel like wherever I am, they can interact with me like as a person, and they'll be like totally fine being like, hey. Because like when you look at Tom Segura, like he has a very produced podcast, like Your Mom's House, but like he also talks on the podcast how much he's like introverted and doesn't really feel like connecting with people. So every time people meet him, they're like, I know you hate this, but hi. You know, like I'm more like Bert Kreischer, where I'm like, "What's up,
I'm gonna
dude?"
take my shirt
like
off
they're
and
like,
get
"Hey,
drunk.
are you Dylan?" And I'm like, "You want to take a fucking picture? I'll sign your face." Yeah, like,
let me rest my balls on your head.
Yeah,
it's
so
a
I think,
fucking party.
So I think there's like that's. I think we do need more stuff to like pull people in to like be like, what is this thing to think about each week?
Well, and I've listened to this Dungeons and Dragons podcast. It's called Join the Party, and it's very like amateurish. But just listening to how fast they've grown, like I think they started in 2017, but I'm listening from the beginning because they have like this is an intro to D&D like series. But I was listening to that, and within like their first 10 episodes or whatever, they've got a Patreon, they've got a shitload of fucking subscribers and all that. But granted, they are a niche podcast, so it's a little different, and they basically are telling an immersive story. But the fact of the matter is, like, it's possible to grow exponentially from the beginning. I think
with just our personalities, being able to touch bases with some of the people that we've talked to have been really good. And I think like clipping will be a really good idea. And I think getting into more like really intimate podcasts, like ones that we don't really want to do, will be good too. Like talking to people that are kind of uncomfortable conversations. I think those ones would be like really like fucking, those would slap to other people. Like to us, it might be like difficult in the room, but like that's the controversy that
that's
like
the
people
shit that people
look for.
want.
Yeah, it's like I know it's fucking like this is the like worst example, but like if we had your mom on here.
No.
Are we peaking, or was that just my ears?
That could have been a peak.
Okay, because that was a
I'll
pretty
turn it
crackly
down.
one. I'm not saying like we do that one, but I'm saying like
the only problem that I have with that is that I feel as though she is a brick wall. Yeah. Like any discussion would be shut down, and it would become her in a defensive stance, and me trying to justify what I'm saying. Yeah.
That was just my example. Yeah. I'm not like alluding
I'm sure
to
people
us
would
doing
fucking
that one.
Either they'd be really uncomfortable because they've got mom issues too.
Yeah, but my mom has listened to like a lot of episodes of the podcast. And she tried to like talk to me about trauma and like drug use, and like try to talk to me about like those things, and like have me kind of explain it to her. And it was very difficult conversation to have with her, because I was like, it's very like the way that my brain is made is it's not like I remember everything, but I know what I feel, and so it's like it's just hard. It's really hard to justify to you, but it's also like I don't want you to listen to this and feel bad for what happened, because it's like
that's
you're
where
just a person.
How you got where you are today.
Yeah,
too.
Absolutely. Like that's what makes me who I am. But there's also like I don't want to feel like I'm trying to capitalize off people's like downtrodden like lifestyles or things that are rough,
things that have been shitty in their life.
But like one of my friends went through a breakup recently, and I was like, I don't know how to like really get in touch with him, and I was almost like, should I just ask him to be on the podcast and talk about what it feels like to go through a breakup? But it's like, nah, that's fucking.
Let's capitalize on your heartbreak.
That's a little heavy. Yeah, I was like, but yeah, I love the idea of like, I'm excited to get into like doing episodes of Spirit Box and Currents in the future, and hopefully like Into the Flood, and like getting those guys and like getting more in tune with the music culture around Seattle, but not just for chugging. I like heavy music, but not everyone who listens to this is gonna like heavy music. But I think people who create music, regardless of what kind of music, have something to say for the world. Like in the same way that anyone who does anything, like anybody who's like a serious gamer, like as a hobby, has something to say in the way that like that's how you process your life and how you figure out how to relax.
I really want to do like a game night podcast. I think that would be a lot of fun.
I think it would be,
and
a lot
that
of
would
fun.
be something that we could. I think.
Do you think we'd have to get a shotgun, like a kind of
a shotgun mic or something?
Yeah, a condenser instead of a dynamic because it gets more room noise. I think I actually have one. I might have a couple actually.
I think I do too, as well. I have that Behringer, that I think is a condenser and not dynamic. We have a shitload of mics.
Yeah, we do.
I think if we we could do even 2 people to a mic and maybe even just like raise it up here and crank the gain.
Yeah.
And then this would catch these 2 people, that would catch that, and it'd just be.
Dude, our audio. Okay, I'm just gonna like suck our dicks for a second. Our audio for the level of podcast that we produce right now is fan-fucking-tastic. I listened to this episode of this episode of this podcast called A Pathetic Podcast, and I think it's these guys from Texas, and they do kind of a podcast like this. It doesn't really seem like it's fully about something either.
Yeah.
But they had Bobby Ling from Fit for a King on. They're buddies with him, and like it was just similar to theirs, but like I had to crank my YouTube volume all the fucking way up and put my my car to like 60.
Jesus
and it was
Christ.
still like kind of low. Like if I was listening to it in earbuds, I had to crank it all the way up. So I'm just glad that ours isn't like that bad. It still could be better, like I'm sure, but it's like, man, it fucking sounds way better than some of the ones you listen to that you're like.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make podcasts sound fantastic with like shitty microphones.
Oh yeah.
Like if you have dynamic microphones, you can.
And you're good at editing and know how to do all the EQs.
You're not gonna get
shit.
like the bass of like these ones. Like the natural bass and warmth of the voice is like so fucking worth the $400 we paid for each one. Like it's a lot of money, but being podcast and audio nerds, being able to produce a product that sounds good is fun.
That was like, I think that was essential to us starting this back up. Was
for sure.
We need the fucking Rogan mic.
We gotta get those Rogan mics. The Rogan mic. Oh shit! I almost dropped my.
Almost dropped the claw.
Not the claw.
Not the claw.
You will fear the claw.
Ooh, you're scared of the claw. I haven't seen that shit in a hot minute.
Liar, liar.
Yeah,
that's a fucking great movie,
the
dude.
Pen is blue. The pen is blue.
The part where he beats the shit out of himself in the fucking bathroom is amazing.
Oh shit, Jim Carrey's a fucking G.
I think he's a magician. There was a little GIF I saw of what the oh, it was a kid talking.
Shit.
There was like a video
close the window
of Chris Kattan is his name, right? The Night at the Roxbury guy. Yeah, and Will Ferrell and him. Like, so he wasn't in Night at the Roxbury, but it was the skit from SNL that probably was, the gestation of that and like the beginning. And they were all doing their head bop during, I think it was like a breakdown or
Animals
something.
as Leaders.
Oh yeah, it was that one. That was, I sent it. That shit was so funny. I thought that was great. There's a I saw this thing I've been back on Twitter recently.
Yeah, I started a Twitter.
We all fucking started Twitter at the same time. So I had a Twitter.
Well, Colleen talked about it, and I was like, oh, maybe the podcast should be on. I haven't logged into my personal one. Since I fucking made it.
I should probably log into the BFA Dub one because I feel like that's the easiest social media to like say some shit.
That's the easiest way to get, especially if you already know how to do it. My problem is I don't want to learn another fucking social media thing because I barely go on it as it is. Instagram is like pushing it for me. Like I've thought about unfollowing everything and starting from scratch on my own Instagram.
On Insta, yeah. Well, I do see like a lot of Instagrams that I like a lot, and they follow that formula of like how everything has a theme and like a similar filter. Like it looks awesome. That's so much fucking work, man.
Well, I'm sure it's not once you have everything like your checklist built for each post to where it's like, oh, this post is my goal. This post is a fucking episode clip. This post is a fucking, I don't know, workout shot. This post is my ass. Like once you have that formula and
this post is my ass.
If you've got like your hashtags all pre-made and in a fucking file and shit, but like that doesn't sound like fun to me. Like I would much rather spend 3 hours working on editing together a 30-second clip than to sit there on Instagram and try and figure out.
Well,
how
the
to do
reason
that.
like I haven't posted a lot of stuff is like I get angry at
Oh, what up? 070707070707.
post once sputum. Oh, Buffer app is an app, and it will go to a bunch of platforms. That's a good idea. Thanks, man.
Shit!
I'm gonna have to.
Is that like if this then that? Is that because I used that like back in the band days when I was trying to grow Sky Divide. It's called IFTTT or some shit like that.
That's what you're talking about. Buffer. I'm going to write that down in my notes. Thank you to whoever 070707070707.
It sounds like you fucking asked Siri to divide by 0 or something.
That reminds me of this one time we were me and Devin were playing Apex, and we play with our buddy Robert.
That's another. I want to get that fucking Elgato thing so that whenever you and Devin and the crew play Apex, then you can stream it on Twitch.
Once I get that new laptop, I think I might try to do more of that too.
Yeah,
because
I think that'd be
able
dope.
to run shit like really well.
And now that we hit affiliate, we can do teams, so you can even have your own channel and just be part of the BFA dub team.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's cool.
So if you wanted to like
have to get
grow
jerseys
your own
like
shit.
esports.
Ooh, shit.
Yeah.
Esports, BFA blib.
Okay, so I'm gonna
salute.
Will you remind me to go back to that conversation about 0707? I have
Siri?
a story that came off of that, but I want to finish what I was talking about on Twitter. So I've been
Okay.
scrolling through Twitter lately, and there was this thing that kind of sprang out to me. You know how like trap has kind of taken over the whole fucking world?
Trap music?
Trap music.
Yeah.
Yeah, in like the last few years. I found this little girl that was like being
Is she
blown
a trap
up.
lord?
I'm about to show you. She's fucking fire. I'm going to play like very little of this because
Yeah.
I don't want to get pulled from YouTube.
Mhm.
I'm not going to show it or anything. I'll just put it up to the microphone, but she's fucking tiny.
Mhm.
And there's this like thing of her making a trap song, and it's kind of fucking awesome. So this is an ad, and I'm waiting for this to skip. 3, 2, 1. Sorry, guys.
Skip those motherfucking ads.
So this little girl, she's got to be like maybe 4.
Mhm.
And this is the song that they produced with her, and it's kind of fantastic. What's she?
Fucking playground trap music. Oh, Jesus Christ.
But there's like actually lyrics in there. And there's a fucking I was watching through Twitter after listening to this.
Yeah.
So for people who want to check that out, please don't pause this YouTube video to go to that one because she already has 954,000 views. But it's by Zaza, Zaza. What I Do is the name of the song. It's actually like quite good. And then she was on a radio show recently.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And
so how's your 4-year-old trap
well,
life
no, they were like,
going?
"What's the name of your song?" And she was like, "What I Do." And then like, "Can you sing some of it?" And she just like goes straight into it, like she knows the whole thing.
Yeah.
And she does like probably 40 seconds. Then she goes like, "Done," and she like swipes her hand across the microphone like, and then everyone starts howling laughing. And I was going through like the tweets, the retweets after it, and there was this gif of some dude just being like, "That's cold motherfucking bars." And that shit made me laugh so hard.
4-year-old dropping cold motherfucking
dropping
bars.
cold motherfucking bars. Like they're screaming. It's so funny.
God damn it.
But so yeah, back to that Apex story. Me and Devin. So what that reminded me of is one day we were playing Apex with Robert. Robert's like an old friend of mine and Devin's. Devin's known him since he was like a kid. He lives on Woolby Island. We don't see him very often, but we play Apex with him every once in a while. And he's like a very specific personality. He's like very opinionated. Likes to get like he's like very kind of his masculinity is very at the front, and like if he feels challenged, he'll kind of like puff his chest a little bit, and so that means I make fun of him constantly.
Yeah.
Like I just like he's it's really hard for me to not absolutely troll him. Like people who take themselves too seriously, it's just like
they get trolled.
Yeah, hard. And so we were playing Apex, and for people who have played Apex, there is like, or who haven't played Apex, there's like a bunch of different characters, and they all do different things, and they all say very specific things. So there's like different characters who talk about death all the time. There's like this robot is really funny, and he just says a bunch of like computerized quippy things that are hilarious.
Like Claptrap?
Yeah, pretty very much like Claptrap. And then there is a character by the name of Mirage, and he says he releases like a character that runs in a straight line, like different of you. It's like a clone
like a
of
decoy.
You. Yeah, it's a decoy, exactly. And then so he always says like bamboozle or go bamboozle him, or like it just something with the word bamboozle in it. Almost he has like 5 quips, and they're all the word bamboozle. And so I was playing this guy as like main character for this whole day, pretty much. And as the like night went on, we're probably like an hour into us playing as like a crew. He starts saying like, "God, that thing is so fucking annoying," and I was just like he was starting to piss me off, just being like kind of like he wasn't dropping with us because we were dropping too hot, or he'd like separate from the team, not very much like good teamwork.
He wasn't being co-op-y.
Yeah, and that happens sometimes. Like if he has a couple too many drinks, he'll start to be kind of like a punk.
Yeah.
Very nice guy, but like once you get to that point,
people get punky.
Yeah, and he started to get to that point, and I was like, you know what's funny about this game? Because he's been known in PUBG to team kill people who steal his loot, or get in his way, or like do anything slightly annoying. Like he'll just team kill them, which is super, super annoying.
Yeah.
And I just said to him, I was like, you know what's funny about this game? There's no team killing. And you know what else is funny? I can use this power up every 11 seconds. And then I didn't talk to him for 20 minutes, while every 11 seconds I hit the button. Every fucking time.
Oh, fuck.
And he was, you know those kind of like those moments when you're not supposed to laugh, but you're having a really hard time keeping it back.
Yeah.
So Devin was like, Devin's always the middleman. Devin's always
very
the like
neutral,
cautious, very fine. Like he'll be annoyed at Robert, but not say a word. Like he's just like, we're fine. Let's just get through this. And I'm just
I wear a belt with my pants.
And I fucking poke the goddamn bear with a fire stick. Like, I'm like and as I continue to do this, he's fuming. Like he's getting so mad. He's like, "You motherfucker!" Or like he wasn't even really saying anything about me. He was just talking about how insanely annoying it is.
Yeah.
But the guy says different things on every person's TV. So like he might say something about bamboozle on my TV, but he might say a different quip on the other one.
But it's all bamboozling.
But every time he would say the word bamboozle on my TV, I do the like. I'm like trying so hard not to die.
Yeah.
And he ends up rage quitting hard.
Oh,
like just being like, fuck you guys, I'm out. Like I'm not playing with you guys, fuck you. And then he dips, and for like an hour me and Devin are just like chilling, and then he starts to fuck with us. We kicked him out of like our chatting party, and then he sends, there's a thing in Apex like 070707, you can like press down on something, and then you can, if they don't have a microphone, you can like release a text chat, and the robot will read it. And so he sent it to us as just 1,000 01s. And so it was like 0101, like 01 01 01 01 01. And I, being in my maximum troll mood, I'm still on the party with Devin, just laughing and being like, it sounds almost like a hip hop beat. And so I'm like dancing in my chair, and then Devin starts fucking fuming. Like Devin's like, this fucking asshole. He needs to fucking stop doing this. And I'm just like, damn, this shit's fire. Like, bop, bop, bop. And he's like, fucking Robert, this fucking. I was like, should we just invite him back? We ended up inviting him back like an hour later, and then we go for like another drop, and he does the same kind of shit. Like, where he just dips off to another. And we're like, all right, bye.
Like, why the fuck even play together if you're not gonna play together?
But that was the story of absolute
07
trolling.
07 07 07 07.
So fucking funny, dude. I don't think I've laughed that hard. Like, well, I mean, I laugh that hard often, but definitely that was one of those ones where it's fun. You know, in high school when somebody says some shit that's really funny, but like other people didn't hear it, and you're like, I'm really not supposed to laugh as hard as I want to right now. It was one of those.
Yeah.
And I was having a ball. It was every 10 seconds. I would just I was like, is he going to break now? Is he going to break
Trolling
now?
is an art.
Dude, for real. I don't know how I got good at it. Thanks, Dad, probably.
Probably.
Well, I was talking to Chelsea's aunt on the phone yesterday, and I was texting her, and she was saying, like, how kind of they've only met me one time, but they were kind of like, they still praise me from the one time they met me about how good of a troll I am. And they're like, you're so fun to be around. And I was like,
you're such a fantastic
thank you.
troll.
But because, like, when I'm around Chelsea's mom, like, I have a healthy balance of, like, telling her I love her more than her, like, emotionally stunted children.
Yeah.
And then, but I also just don't stop. Like, I'm just like, that's how I am. It's just, like, incessant making fun of. And so that was, like, funny to be, like, praised for that multiple years later, like 2, 3, probably like 3 to 4 years.
Made fun of.
Yeah, you're so funny, and I'm like, man, I barely
great.
remember what we did, but that's great. I'm sure I had some good quips. So yeah, the average ghost things. Like, when do you want to do that?
I don't know. It's still kind of like a brainstorm, and I didn't know if you'd want to do it as a.
Where are my grammar Nazis at?
I think an art sounds. Oh, you did a twice, bro.
Is a art a art?
I think it's an art. Maybe is it an or a?
I think it has to do with vowels versus consonants. Trolling is an. I think because it is a vowel next, it would be an. I believe.
I don't even know what any of that means. I just go off of what feels right when I say it.
Yeah.
I feel like "and" just sounds more flowy if you're trying to drop the next trap hit.
Well, it's
you want to say "and,"
but it's the reason our brains have been conditioned to feel that way is because of the rules.
Oh,
Aaron.
I don't think I ever like formally absorbed the rules in school because fuck English classes. Like, I love the English language, and I loved like writing creative stories and shit, but the actual class of English,
really, I still feel kind of empowered by, like, when I use a semicolon the right way.
Oh no,
I'm like, damn, dude,
punctuation doesn't do anything for me.
That's what I think on semicolon. I'm like, somebody's gonna suck me off right now.
Man, you're used to the fucking semicolon.
Correct. And precedes word that begin with a vowel. See, that's my dude right there.
Shit.
Or lady. I don't know. 0707070707
I can't see your picture
genderless.
from here.
Yeah.
It looks like a dude, but that could also be just a projection of how they feel and not actually themselves.
Yeah. Well, if they're projecting,
you're our person, bruh.
07070707.
Bruh is genderless.
Love you, 07. Now, if you got 2 O's before that 7, would be fearful of your skills in the
007.
MI6 and all up in this.
God
bitch.
damn it! Where's Moneypenny?
What other like?
Get that ass.
What other like? So, how long have you been doing your introspective pooping?
I think I've only taken like 3 introspective poops.
Oh, so it's like
it's new.
Introspective pooping.
Yeah, it's only been the past like week or so, maybe. But I like it. You don't realize how autopilot-y your life is until you try and do something like that.
Yeah.
Like, you have all these fucking with a tag helicopter.
Yeah, so it's kind of like an attack helicopter. Good.
We're
gonna actually look at this. We're gonna have to scroll. I don't know how we do.
No, I think it.
Oh, it will naturally scroll to the bottom.
That's to scroll back up. I think that we have all these subconscious habit pathways that you don't even realize until you try and break them or do something outside the norm that you're like, oh fuck, I just open up Instagram for no reason and swipe through shit, and I don't even absorb that I'm doing it. I'm just subconsciously there.
Yeah.
And I like to try and break those habits every now and then.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the podcast, I'd probably delete social media for a little bit, but I also want this to go somewhere, so I kind of have to stay involved. But yeah, I think just little things like that kind of help my mental state.
Yeah.
Every now and then. I'm actually feeling a lot better than I have been
recently.
Yeah,
think,
mentally,
like
not
today.
physically. I'm sick as fuck.
Today I'm feeling good. But it's like I don't know. It's like back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's like things I'm excited about. I don't know if it's like just being excited about certain things that make things better. You know, like we in this century, it's really easy to like live life through like a capitalistic joy stance.
Yeah.
So like the idea of me obtaining something soon that is going to be helpful to this,
Mm-hmm.
and like that being a reality is pretty exciting. Like the idea of like getting a laptop, I'm pretty excited to do that. But I'm also like, I also have this like back of my mind thing being like, well, you don't do anything now. Is having a laptop gonna make you do stuff?
I feel like it will, because it'll be in your own area.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna have to come down here to do that shit. And
I also do like not to disregard that as a motivational tool, because I do think that's a good motivational tool. Like there's people who have pairs of running shoes, but realistically, if you've taken 6 months off running and you want to go again, like go buy a new pair of shoes. Like you might be more excited to do so if you do that.
Well, yeah, it's like a little caffeine boost, if you will, to your productivity.
It's
but
like
there is something.
I worked out today because Chelsea bought me a new round timer.
Oh shit!
But I didn't even install it. I just went and worked out because I was
without it.
Well, I took it down there, and then I realized I needed like these different kind of batteries that I didn't have on hand, and I was.
But
just
you're
like,
already down there.
I'm already here. Yeah, so I had like a really good workout actually. Like I almost fucking threw up from doing sprints. I was like, oh, this is a good one. Yeah. What were you saying before that though? Sorry, I cut you off. We were talking about like purchasing things.
Your own fucking environment plays a huge role in how productive you are. Like Colleen said, hey, you should bring your homework down here and do it at my place, or work on the podcast at my place. And like the idea of not being in my own element and doing work like that doesn't sound appealing to me at all.
Yeah.
Like I've set this area up in such a way to where like this is where I get my flow state. And I don't know why that is.
Yeah, it's like I like just I'm the same way with the garage.
Yeah. I don't know why it is, but it's just I feel like I'm almost incapable of like going to a coffee shop and working on editing. Like that doesn't sound like fun.
I think
to
I
me.
could do that if I had headphones. I think I'd really enjoy that actually.
I feel like I'd rather go get a coffee and work here.
Yeah, see that's different though. See, I'm really good at my codependency is really bad. So if I'm around people, I naturally feel the like need to entertain them.
Yeah,
I have to. Like if I'm around my friends, I'm reading their body language constantly.
Yeah,
and if they're not entertained, it's very difficult for me to be comfortable.
Yeah,
like one of my best friends in the world, Ed, is just like he's not someone that I'm saying is like in a bad mood, but he has the facial expressions of someone like he kind of has RBF, and so like just like. I spend a lot of time worrying about like whether or not he's having a good time when he's around us.
Yeah,
and like that can affect my time sometimes because I'm spending like all my thought process is going to that.
How can I make you not have a resting bitch face?
Yeah, so I mean like
I'm gonna give you plastic surgery.
So it's not like the most conducive thing to be like, hey, I need a laptop, because realistically I'm probably not gonna go edit in like different places.
Yeah.
When I think about what I want out of
it.
a
laptop is like I wish. Almost that I'd have a laptop for this, because then I could sit on the couch and do stuff, or I could fucking.
But like I'm imagining
stuff.
getting a laptop, but I'm also imagining setting up like a docking station. Or
well,
like
the
a
laptop would be, yeah, that'd be cool. The laptop would be helpful for traveling too, because then we can do everything there. We just.
Well,
need
I'm
to
super
get, like,
excited about the
Wi-Fi
idea of
puck.
like if I have this laptop and we take the train.
Oh shit! What up, Dane?
What's up, Dane? How are you?
Oh. You didn't see.
Oh, we did this for you, but we
Claw Daddy.
We're clawed up, dude. We got those girthy claws.
The girth claws. Got them.
I think these are legit,
BBCs
like,
or the White Claws.
They're BWCs, bro.
Big White Claws.
I was thinking big white cock, but it straight up worked so good. God damn, that's fucking great. BWC. Oh, that's gold.
Oh, shit.
But like, I want to get a laptop. But I mean, like, being mobile. That's the goal. Is like, I would love to be able to, once we are doing
fully mobile.
Once we take, I'm thinking it might be fun to take the train up to BC when we go to the Spirit Box one.
And we could do a podcast on the way.
We go
or
up there,
a vlog
and stay the night up there, and then come back the next morning on a different train, because they run at like specific times of the day.
Yeah.
or even stay up the whole weekend.
That'd be super dope. The only problem is trains are fucking pricey, aren't they?
They're
I
not.
feel like
They're not cheap, but it's like, you know, with gas, and then also like it has like, if we're doing it for like a vlog, it'd be fun because
big black white claw. Oh,
big
big beautiful
white claw. BBWC. Trains are dope for telecommuting, spacious seats. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, it'd be cool like if we did do like a vlog. Like, I mean, it's not something we've done yet.
And annoy all the fucking people around us.
Yeah,
like, what up, YouTube?
Especially if we get hammered at like the train bar and we're just like vlogging. Like, oh my god, you want to be on the vlog? And he's like, who the fuck are you?
We're super on our way to maybe being famous.
We have 62 subscribers. God.
Oh, fuck. Speaking of which, everyone watching right now, tell a friend. We need more subscribers.
Yeah,
if we can hit 100, that'd be super dope. And we're only like 30-something away, I think. We're at 63 right now. And now that we're back on YouTube, like, that's cooler than Twitch.
This is awesome. The fact that we can get, like, we're on YouTube.
We don't know who 0707070707
but he
is.
Or she or they or them.
The attack helicopter's a G.
Quite cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the idea of doing a vlog on the way up there and then like being able to record, like being able to edit the fucking thing on the computer. I mean, like, I'm still thinking of using it. Like, in my head when I envision using it, it's like a desktop pretty much. It's like, I kind of want to set up a space upstairs if I can where like I can plug in headphones.
Yeah.
And I can kind of zone out because I'm not good at zoning out. I kind of need headphones to just get myself in something.
I'm really good at zoning out.
Yeah.
I keep seeing these memes.
Chelsea's too. I was asking her like about something earlier and she just like straight up wasn't replying to me at all. And then I asked her like 10 minutes later and she's like, you didn't say anything. And I was like, I was yelling. Like, you straight up just can't hear me at all.
Oh, fuck.
Thank you, buddy. Dane said he's really proud of us, and we are proud of him for being
Oh,
amazing.
shit.
I am very much hoping to come to your set on Thursday. I will very much try to be there. Let me know when you're supposed to go on. Probably about 8, right? But if not, whatever. I'll probably be there.
That show's tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fucking What's Wrong Wall?
Yeah.
Shit. Should we pimp them one more time?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So if anybody lives in the Seattle area and you guys are not doing anything tomorrow, or if you are, call in sick to work, or like ask your dad if you like jerk him off if he'll drive you to Seattle or something like that. Sorry, stepdad. If it's your stepdad, jerk him off. Drive to Seattle.
If it's your real dad, kill him. Fuck your mom.
Oedipus that shit all the way down to Seattle. We'll be at the Fun House if you guys want to come meet us. If you've never have, if you're a complete stranger, or if you're just our friend and you
want to come hang in support of a good local band.
Yeah, at What's Wrong WA on Instagram is playing a show tomorrow at the Fun House at about 7. Tickets are only $10. Actually, if you show up at the door, I think they're $12. But
it's still not bad.
They're friends of ours.
Step porn.
It's their first show in a year. Or first show of the year. I don't know if it's... I don't know. They only have one recorded song on Spotify. You guys can check that out. It's called Fever Dreams if you want to check it out.
What?
Wow.
What the fuck just happened?
What did Dane say?
I don't think Dane said anything, but
he must have, because he got deleted. 0707's good.
Oh,
so
shit.
Dane must have said like cunt or something like that. I don't know.
I need to turn that off real quick. Hold on, Dane. Let me fix that up. Anyway, keep pimping What's Wrong.
Is that a thing that we've created?
That's like a default thing on Streamlabs.
They can't
so
say
I have
shitty shit.
I gotta go and like repurpose it.
Oh, whack. Okay, yeah, we'll have to fix that because we are definitely pro bad language.
Unless it's racially charged.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Fucking bigotry shit.
I mean, I did say one of the bad F words on the last week's episode. So, but yeah, at What's Wrong WA on Instagram is playing a show at the Funhouse in Seattle at 7 tomorrow. If you don't know what the Funhouse is, it's just the next door to El Corazon. Like literally, shout out to El Corazon. It's the bar. So,
The bar.
I think it's 21 plus though. So,
that's
no, actually, it's not. It's not. It's all. It should be all ages. So yeah, show up, please. I already bought 5 tickets myself. So, jump on in. Oh, did it stop the stream?
No, it didn't stop the stream.
Okay. All right. It was just like it was doing like a buffering thing, so I was just worried about that.
No, it's still good.
Dude, yeah, I've like, dude, today I did notice like how much fucking better I feel in general is when I'm working out.
Yeah.
I sweat so hard today. Like I worked out super hard, and not in a way that was like my best workout ever, but it definitely was still like it just made me feel good. My
Yeah.
hamstring's been bothering the fuck out of me for like a few weeks.
I got a pinched nerve in my neck
Oh,
/ back into my arm. I think it's my radial nerve, so like the one that runs down your neck, behind your shoulder, and then down your fucking hand.
From jits.
Yeah, this one Russian motherfucker caught me in a guillotine that wasn't correct, so it just turned into a neck crank, and I felt my spine go brrrt, and ever since then I feel like it caught a nerve in between there.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so I want to like get an apparatus and just hang from my head.
Yeah.
And see if I can realign.
That's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I think I might have to I might have to hit up the deep tissue person at work.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yo, can you work on just
get
my
a
left
Theragun
leg?
or some shit.
Because I've been doing foam roller and I've been doing like aggressive stretching, but
aggressive stretching.
Oh, thanks, man. Saw the workout. It was killer.
Ooh,
Spinning kick.
shit.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
Oh,
Yeah.
hold up before you continue. I can't figure out how to get to the settings right now, so just
don't say bad stuff.
This chat,
episode.
you can't say bad things, but the next one we'll be able to say all kinds of naughty words.
Archer, leave it, please. Yeah. So, but it was like just still, even though it wasn't like the best I'd done in a while, it felt really nice. I did do some stuff. I did fail myself a little bit, like I was doing sprints. And now that I have the timer on there, I can kind of actually do something specific and not just loosely do whatever. Yeah, so
I'm going to go till I puke.
I warmed up for 15, maybe 20 minutes before, like a full 20 minutes. I rode the Airdyne before with a sweatshirt on, and then I stretched out super hard for probably like 20 minutes also. Then I did my workout, which was 3 rounds on the bag, 2 rounds shadowboxing. One of those rounds shadowboxing was wearing a sweatshirt. Then I jumped on the Airdyne again, and I was just like running or like just riding and then checking my footage. And I decided like just to sprint one time super hard, and then after that you kind of are like, maybe I hated that, so I gotta do it more.
I need to do it more.
Yeah, so I looked down at the clock and I was like, every time it hits 25, I'm gonna sprint till it's 35, like every minute. And like I can take that minute off if I want, or I can ride real slowly, whatever.
Yeah.
And I did like 5 or 7 of them, but I was like, I still failed myself because I was like, oh, if I could get to like the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But then I did one really hard and I almost fucking threw up, and I was like, okay, we'll call it here. And I was like, I've already done way more than I've done in the past. But that's a bad news bear thing. Like that's a thing that is just like the weak part of your brain being like, well, I've already done more than I usually do.
What time do you usually work out?
What time
it depends on if you're working overtime or not, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, which I mean isn't super often, I guess. I think it doesn't really change that much. If I work 10, like a 10, I'll probably work out right when I get home. If I go to work and I leave at 1:30, I'll probably still work out around like 4-ish.
Yeah.
Archer, will you stop, please? Get a job. Hey, you. Get a job. Stop whining. Whining's not the job that you can get, though. Maybe at a winery.
Oh, shit.
Not that one.
Puns. What were you talking about? That bad news bears shit?
So just like that, I think it's very important when you not fail yourself. Like that's a very aggressive way to state it. I think it's really important when you don't
reach your goal.
Yeah. I do think it's really important to set the goals preemptive to doing your workout, because when I do that, I work out super hard. Yeah. But I never do that. And so that's the thing. It's like a lot of times I'm just freeballing.
Yeah, and setting goals mid-workout.
Yeah, and then being
I feel like
I'm going to do 5 or 6
on your
rounds.
Goal.
Absolutely, it is. And so that's what I was thinking is like, I don't think it's important to like beat yourself up about it, but it's still like I can look at that and be like, I could have done a few more probably.
Yeah.
Or like maybe taken 1 minute off.
Yeah.
And then finish the extra 3 instead of just going and sitting.
That's why I like WOD style workouts, because it's a prescribed thing.
Yeah.
And even like when I was doing the isolate and muscle group isolation workouts, where it's like, oh, it's fucking arm day, so I need to do so many sets of this and blah 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 blah.
Yeah. When I wrote it, you saw when I wrote it on the mirror that
Yeah.
one day. That was like a fucking great workout.
Mm-hmm.
I did. Okay, I forgot. I did do like fucking 5 minutes of kettlebell flow as well.
Yeah.
Which was like a pretty good workout for sure. Like
I
spiced in
feel
there,
like at
but-
this point, just getting back to working out regularly is a fucking win.
Yeah, for sure.
So don't beat yourself up too much on the.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm kind of stating is like it is important to be critical of like what you've done,
Mm-hmm.
but it's
Oh,
also
what the fuck, Movi?
jeez, man. But it's also we're gonna correct that real quick. Sorry, Dane, and 0707. So I think it's important to like be critical of yourself and be like, hey, I didn't live up to like what I could have done, but also like still, if you did something, like good for you. Like it's still important that and still good that you did something. So I mean, like I don't hate myself for it. I'm still like smiling, and I'm wearing all green like a fucking festive
Like a
avocado.
fucking leprechaun. Oh, the Kato socks. God damn, that camera was tipped for a while. There
yeah,
we
it
go.
must have been for
There we go. It's
quite a
better.
bit. That's a nice finger right there.
Ooh, fingy.
Yeah, that was nice though. How often are you going back to jiu-jitsu recently?
Well, I went one time
And
on
then
Friday, and
nerve.
Jeremy got me sick as fuck.
Oh yeah.
That goddamn asshole.
This episode is sponsored by Team Me Never Man Snohomish. Go get sick from your coach.
Actually, speaking of which, if you're a lady and you want to train for free, Team Mean's doing.
Who doesn't want to train for free?
Fuck yeah. Team Mean in Snohomish. If you're a lady, you train free all of September. So
He won't get you sick. We were joking, guys. He'll
Yeah.
get Aaron sick, but not you.
yeah, go kick people in the face.
Yeah. Team Me MMA is where I trained for multiple years, where Aaron is training jiu-jitsu now. If you guys are in the Snohomish area, it's just off Bigford, and you can go and kick and punch stuff and do some entangle. If you're a man or if you're a lady, you can, like learn to choke dudes who are trying to rape you and stuff.
Yeah, rape chokes.
But not in any other scenario. You won't learn how to choke them in any other scenario unless they're
Other
raping
than
you.
you're getting raped.
If they're stealing your purse, it won't work.
Nope.
It's just if they're trying to rape you.
Are we doing Halloween or is it not happening?
No,
because
it's
of
happening on the
proximity?
27th, on 28th.
Oh shit, moving shit up, changing it up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the day of Halloween doesn't fit. It's just like, it is not a Saturday. So 27th of October. No, 26th of October.
It blows my mind that it's already fucking almost midway through September.
Yeah.
Like that shit.
That's what's fucking crazy. July went by so goddamn slow to me.
Yeah.
It was so slow, and then August was gone.
Yeah. And
Just
now we're in fucking
straight
September.
up gone. I don't know what I was doing in August to have it just
I
completely
think we were
disappear.
just in like a super down state. Like
Oh,
in
yeah.
general, both of us were kind of just bleh,
Yeah.
bleh.
This has been one of the best summers I've had in a long time, though.
Yeah. I mean,
My summer's different than your summer.
yeah.
I've been out, like, hanging out with all my friends again. Like, it's been
Yeah.
a long time since I've seen those people. A lot of them had been in college, and we've just been kind of slaving away for the last few years. And, like, recently, started hanging out with Dane. I see him, like, probably once a week now. Weddings are pretty scary, dude. They are, for sure. Do we know you 070707, or are you, like, just a
rando?
Yeah,
A rando new best friend?
yeah, new best friend. Is
New
that what
best
we're gonna call
friends.
them? As best friends?
Best friends.
That's
On
what
Twitch, I had the subscriber
homies are.
thing as acquaintance, friend, and best friend. So
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, weddings are scary, man. Mine. would
I've
be
had
quite-
2.
Oh, so we're playing the numbers game now,
Yeah,
Aaron. Oh,
yeah.
you think you're better than me because you had 2 weddings?
No, that's not how weddings work.
I've
It's
had
like golf,
5.
where you want to
You
have
win.
less.
Yeah.
You want that hole in one.
You want that golf score wedding? God damn, dude.
Oh fuck.
Do you have an opinion on prenups?
Yeah, I think everyone should exit the wedding with what they came in with. And
Yeah.
then if you had a good relationship to begin with and you're not dicks to each other, like even in my last split, where I was super salty, we were still amicable. Like I've never understood the like I'm gonna kill you, I fucking hate your guts. Oh shit, someone did something.
What was that?
I don't know. It was an alert. It might pop up there in a little bit.
That's cool.
Someone subscribed or fucking did something. Someone did something.
Oh, he did. 07077 subscribe. Thanks,
Oh
dude.
shit! Thanks. What the fuck was I saying?
You're talking about amicable
Oh, yeah.
splits.
I've never understood, like, the not being able to communicate and separate. God damn it, Moby.
What is going on with Moby?
I don't fucking know.
It sucks that we see it like so far after.
Yeah. Pissing me off, Moby. Well, that
Sorry.
time I think I saw it as it happened.
Holy shit, we've been cruising.
Yeah.
I don't know how long you had this on live. Oh wait, no, I pressed the button, so we're like killing time.
Yeah. Yeah, so prenups, I feel like you should just split shit evenly.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have a prenup in my last relationship, but
What did Kanye say?
oh shit, Kanye.
No, what I'm trying to. What's the inside joke that 0707 is talking about?
About
what
Kanye?
Did Kanye say?
It's in Gold Digger.
Oh, I'd say that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the thing is, like, the reason I want to talk about prenups because I think it's just like a really aggressive insecurity that women have. I don't know. It seems like I would say it's women. I don't know if it is like only women or if it's men too.
I think it's
But
just
I think-
people with money who don't want to lose it.
No, I mean, like, it's not even that. It's just like I've made the joke about it, like, to Chelsea,
Mhm.
and then she was like, pretty much like, nah, if you want one of those. Like, I think she was probably joking also, but I mean, it was like something I didn't want to fight about. To be
Yeah.
like, I want one, but it's not like I don't really care because I don't think it means like if you get a prenup, it doesn't mean like, hey, I'm thinking about getting a divorce.
I'm thinking about the end of the
It
relationship.
just means
already.
I know how humans are, and like there's a huge difference about how people are when they feel good and when they feel bad.
Yeah.
And like you can become, if you're hurt, it's very
You
easy
can
to be
become
like,
super
I want to
shitty.
fuck your fucking life up. And
Yeah.
it's like it's not me saying that Chelsea's that way. Like I'm not saying to her, or like I don't think when dudes or females ask for prenups, they're saying to someone like, hey, you're less than half my stuff or anything like that. But it's just like I just don't want to have that happen if something does go wrong.
Yeah.
Like I don't see what's the issue with the idea of a prenup because it's in no way does that paper make me be like, God, I guess I only get to do this for 6 years. No, like I want to get married because I care about the relationship and I want it to be as far as it goes.
Yeah.
Like, but there is a lot of people in life who like don't be happy because of that.
Yeah.
There's people who don't get divorces because they're just straight up not happy, or
Mhm.
like because the idea that they lose like everything that they own, or they know how like someone will feel.
Yeah.
And what I say to that is like, fuck it, it's just 50% of your stuff versus your happiness. Like
Yeah.
in that scenario, just do what you have to do. I'm talking about this like it's been a big conversation in my relationship. I think I brought it up one time,
Yeah.
but I've just been thinking about it recently. Like it bothers me how it's associated to love with people.
Oh, Streamlabs, you're fucking,
Gosh.
you're killing our flow, bruh.
This is whack.
God damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna delete that
Yeah,
whole.
man, be poor and marry poor, split it all, says Dane.
I'm gonna delete that fucking bot. You're ruining our live, Streamlabs.
Streamlabs.
Actually, if it wasn't for Streamlabs, we
we
wouldn't
would be on YouTube right now.
now. So it's
It'll get
dope.
better though.
Yeah, we'll take care of the little bot that's saying, "Do you use their language?"
I don't know.
I think the problem is I didn't identify what was foul language and what wasn't. So
Oh,
he could be
okay.
saying poo poo and fucking they're super sensitive.
yeah,
But I don't know.
that's dumb.
As far as prenups though, I feel like everyone should enter into the relationship thinking that they're gonna leave with half. Like regardless of what's going on. Yeah. That's just kind of how
Yeah.
especially with being divorced twice, like we split everything in both relationships.
That's
and even
Well, she got the whole kid though.
we're not gonna
Christina,
fucking
send us Gideon's legs right fucking now.
I want his legs.
We just want the legs though, because that's the part that doesn't incessantly talk about video games. We can only take that
And
for
we
a
can
few
practice
hours at a
leg
time.
locks. Knee bars.
And I've seen those lanky ass legs. They can get some work done, man. If we put those behind a lawnmower, like he'd be fucking killing it. Penis. Let's test it. God damn it. I think it was the ASS in as sausage. In
the
as
ass in as sausage.
Assage. Ass.
Oh my fucking god.
Dane's like, oh, that was. Dane is just sending a bunch of vulgar language to our chat room
and
now.
the fucking bot is asking me to approve every time.
Is this okay?
Is this okay? Is it okay that Dane said is tits okay?
Our tits okay. Tits are always okay.
Oh, fuck. Is cock okay?
Cock's fine. Yeah,
Cock.
we're
We'll show
allowing
cock.
What had you guys had to say that was super aggressive? Because cock's fine.
Yeah, apparently.
What if you write cock and balls?
Anus.
Try cock and balls and see if that works, Dane.
Try fuck. See if it's.
I think fuck will go. I think fuck's not okay. Cock can be misled as.
Oh, yep. Fuck is. If you typed fuck, then view. I can view the deleted message.
Poop.
Poop? Are you fucking
Poop
kidding me?
is fucking anus.
Are you serious?
Wow. That's aggressive.
Oh, Streamlabs.
You
Get
need
your
to
fucking shit together.
Get off your high horse.
Poop.
Jeez.
Poop was barred.
Dude.
Fuck is not.
Fuck's
Fuck can be
fine.
reviewed. Is it safe to go? Apparently not. It's not fucking safe to go outside.
I'm tired of these fucking social justice warriors getting to our Streamlabs.
I'm turning the frogs gate.
These Hillary and her fucking goons, they bought Streamlabs after they killed Jeffrey Epstein. They killed Jeffrey Epstein, and the frogs are all gay, and Streamlabs has been taken over.
Anal seepage
It's
is.
fine.
Well, I have to approve it.
Oh,
I
it's
approve of anal seepage. Bitchin' needs
Bitchin'.
approval as well.
That's a
Jesus
good one.
Christ. This is ridiculous. I'm going to turn off this little chatbot.
Goddamn.
I need to turn off all the mod shit.
It was timed out by Streamlabs for 1 second. Okay, we should probably like talk it, not just watch the
And
chat
not just
room.
I mean, well, it'll make people want to come and watch the
Yeah.
fucking live stream
Get
because
in
we're
the chat.
having prolapse is okay. I think you spelt it wrong. I think there's an E in there.
Yeah, that's just like that. Right there is like if an amateur was
You're
to drive
doing
around a
fucking
track.
NASCAR.
No.
Turn left.
Yeah, that's Dale Earnhardt in his car in all of the left turns.
I'm driving prolapse. Driving prolapse around your asshole.
When I was just a youngin' in my I was driving the Miami laps. But now, 10 years in the game, I'm driving those pro laps. And I'm about to
God.
drive some pro laps around your anus.
I'm gonna turn left around that ass.
I'm about to turn left 3 times and head right on in. I'm going to go into the pits.
Oh fuck.
I need new rubber. I'm going to the pits. Oh, damn it.
God.
Oh, my God.
Damn it.
This has been episode 40 of Best Friends Ask Why. We love you guys. Thank you guys for whoever was in the chat this week. We really appreciate it. We will be back probably this time next week.
Yes. Thanks 070707 for
We
subscribing.
really appreciate it. Thank you so much,
Donkey
man.
punch.
We will probably quit the recording and then stay on for a few seconds to finish up this chatting.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you and we love you. And thank you so much for listening this week. At What's Wrong WA on Instagram. Go follow them.
Tomorrow.
And you go follow them and come to the fucking show with us tomorrow.
Well, today.
Oh, yeah. So today, if you're
When
listening to
this
this
show
podcast
airs.
this morning, if you are free tonight at 7 p.m., let's go. Okay? Yeah. He's like, see, now you got the juices flowing. Oh, yeah. Maybe we should have, like, kept riffing. But
Oh,
I feel like
fuck.
that was a good way to end.
That was a good way to end the podcast. So now this is incentive to stay on and watch the YouTube shit because this isn't going to be heard on the podcast.
Yeah, not everyone's going
This
to hear,
is
but
just
we'll stay in and talk
this is
shit. I'll
chilling.
be back. Dude, thank you.
Yes.
So wait, I want to, like, we did ask you, but I would like to, 0707, who are you?
Do we actually know you, or are you just like checking us out for the first time out of nowhere? Because we appreciate you coming and chatting and saying what up.
What did Dane say up here? He said, please, what, where, peach. He's got a point, let the fur.
Look at all those fucking messages.
So much shit was just turned off. Yes.
God damn it.
There's 4 in here now, so we'll see.
Oh shit. Say what up
later,
in the
dude.
chat.
Yeah, dude.
Well, one of
Can
them
we
is
go
us
to
because we're
0707 and see who he is?
yeah, do control click. So click it.
Oh, just like highlight it?
No, just like click the profile.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, what? Who are you?
Open image in new tab. Let's see if we know this motherfucker.
It's like a tiny ass.
It didn't get any. It's a fucking GIF.
It looks like a troll photo of like someone else than who that was too. I haven't watched in a little while, but I hide out in your bushes at the parties.
At the parties.
Who is it?
This name isn't.
I know. If we could see his face, then we would know. But I just don't know how. Little hide out in your bushes at the parties.
At the parties.
I don't know. It might be this dude named what's his fucking name? Garrett. It might be him. I don't know.
Or it could just be some rando.
But there's this guy named Garrett who went to the parties like a few times, and he would like take mushrooms and jump off the roof and shit.
Oh,
he's always like he's like a fucking.
He was hiding in the bushes.
Real quirky guy, but he's very nice. I mean, super nice guy. He really liked his recreational drugs.
Yeah,
and have a good time. I mean, he was always like. Some people would be like, "Who the fuck is that guy?" But I was like, "I don't know. He's fine. Like, I mean, like he jumped off the roof. As long as he doesn't kill himself, I'm fine." Like,
yeah,
he's a fucking nice
or
guy.
break a leg and sue.
Yeah. Oh, it's Spencer. What's up, Spencer Anke? Oh, dude, Anke. Is it? His name is on profile. What's up, Spencer? He's
Who is that?
the big ass dude with a very infectious laugh.
Have I met him?
Yeah, he's at the party. It's like I don't know how his. Oh, it's not. Oh, god damn it. Fuck you, Dane. All right, whoever the fuck it is, we'll see you next week. 070707. God damn it, Dane. Who is it then, Dane? God damn it.
You're supposed to be a super
You're
sleuth.
gonna be a comic now, so you gotta you're a detective also. Figure it out. I don't know how those are connected, but I made it so figure it out. Figure it out.
Ooh!
Figure it out. That's what I say.
That's what you said. Is that Letterkenny shit?
Yeah. Dude, I'm so psyched to get this fucking laptop. So psyched.
That'll be lit. I want to get actual webcams.
I've been doing aggressive research.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the kind of I'm the kind of person who like I just don't fucking stop researching until I have the thing that I bought in my hand, and then when I have it, I'm like, I should have got this other one. But
I've been doing all this research.
I've like decided very like adamantly which one I'm getting and like my plan of attack, and like, hey, I'll have it for like a little bit and I'll upgrade the RAM from like 16 up to like 32.
That's the upside of PCs as opposed to the MacBooks.
This one
you can
specifically
upgrade yourself.
too. The reason I like it's the
dirty penis is not allowed.
Yeah. It's the Razer 15, the Razer Blade 15.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a gaming laptop.
Yeah.
But
that's the same shit for video editing.
Yeah, it's almost
like,
exactly. And so
you need a good graphics card and a high amount of RAM.
And if you look at it, like if you as long
what's the storage on it?
It comes standard with 512, but you can switch it out to up to 2 terabytes.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a couple $100 to get that card for 2 terabytes, or even the 1 terabyte. But to throw that in,
damn it! Quit deleting Dane's shit, Streamlabs. You said PC laptop, and it fucking
it is a PC.
Timed you out. That's dumb.
YouTube only allows Macs. How dare you say that?
Fuck PC laptop. That's a dirty word.
Yeah.
Fuck off,
Dane,
Streamlabs.
it's a Razer Blade 15. Razer is they're the gaming company. They sponsor like Tim the Tatman and Dr. Disrespect. That's not why I went to them, but I went to them because
Razer's like a step up from Alienware. I feel like their shit is...
They're like the adult Alienware. So Alienware still makes shit that looks like a spaceship. It doesn't look like that. But the reason I like it so much is because it looks like a anodized black version of my old MacBook, but it runs better than the new MacBook for less money. Yeah. So
because you're not buying the fucking image.
Yeah, Mac just has a monopoly on what they make. They do make incredible things. Like I can't talk shit. But the thing is, to get that same amount of performance, I'd have to go to like the legit top of the line MacBook, which would cost me like $3,700 or something like that.
Jesus Christ.
It's fucking crazy. Like if you want to get one with a dedicated graphics card. But I don't want to fucking spend that on a MacBook. And I do like MacBooks, but the way that we do this here, like this is your things on a PC, like Premiere runs great on PCs. There's just like a lot of things that is like making me want to stay in the PC realm, like, or to go to the PC realm. And because I do like playing games, like I'm gonna go PC because of that. And luckily, like, this is the easiest one to... What the fuck is going on with it? Is it unbalanced or is the battery dead?
The battery's dying.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's what's going on.
Okay, so we might actually have to end this, and then we'll actually just chat. I'm looking for a laptop I can edit on. Dane, go to Dave Lee. The camera's gonna fuck up, but if you go to Dave Lee on YouTube, he's like a fantastic channel. It's one of the biggest ones. But if you look up content creator stuff, like if you just look up Dave Lee, in one of his most recent videos, it'll be like for creators, like laptops for creators, and it'll point you in the direction of like the ones to look at. It'll have like a bunch of ones like that are expensive versus not expensive, and like you'll have to go through the gambit of figuring out which one you want. But one that's probably really good is the Acer Strix 2. You might want to check out that one. Maybe not. I mean, you want a Core hard drive, SSD storage. Mac uses Intel hardware too. Yeah. Maybe not. What do you mean, like? 0707, what are you talking about? Like, you don't like Macs? Like, I like Macs. I just, like, for what the world is now, for the way that things are.
I feel like Macs are just super aesthetic.
They're fucking gorgeous, and, like, but the price tag, like, if you were in, like, Hollywood and you have the budget to buy that kind of stuff, I think it's totally fine. I've had a Mac for a long time. I really like it. But now they're making like PCs with the build quality of Macs.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like Mac's build quality is fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't mind the PC like IO, like the user interface, or the UO, you know, like the actual like Windows 10. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah. Yeah. There's someone in this motherfucking chat that's not saying a goddamn thing.
It might be us. Oh no, just a third person who's been here the whole time.
Yeah.
Or is it like because it's
just
pulled
creeping?
Up on there?
Oh. Yeah, it might be that.
Is there just two? Yeah.
It could be us. You don't need a Mac.
No, definitely don't need a Mac. Windows is dying. Microsoft has all but given up on Windows and are focused on cloud service, Office 364. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you can't really improve on Windows too terribly much, and I feel like that's the problem that Windows 10 had and Windows 7. Like, they're trying to add all the shit that you don't really want. You just want a fucking operating system that works.
The thing is, though, I mean, like, even if Windows is dying, like, for the next foreseeable future, like, for the next few years, it seems like the hardware is all on the PC side.
Yeah.
Like, it really is. Like, if you look at, like, the benchmarking of, like, what PCs can do versus what Macs can do, it's like it's outrageously stronger. And for, like, the idea that we have to edit this, I mean, now that we're doing this Streamlabs thing, we might not have to do that. But in the future, we're going to be editing 4K footage, and there's going to be a bunch of stuff like that, and, like, using Adobe After Effects. Like, you need, like... Oh, yeah, I don't know. I've always struggled with just, like, the idea of, like, it's like a sub-spectrum of, like, something that I have to, like, really dive into to understand what the fuck, how to use it. Yeah,
that's the same reason, like, I'm apprehensive about switching to anything Mac, is because I'd have to learn how to use the operating system all over again. I'm just so familiar with Windows.
I'm still familiar with Windows, even though I had Mac for so long, that using, like, the Finder thing, even though it's similar to the Start menu, was just, like, always kind of hard. Yeah. You know, I just never. But the feel is always, like, the tactile, and, like, the experience of using a Mac is always nice. Like, the tactile feel, it was fun. But now, like, the new keys are, like, they have no keystroke. They all fucking,
there's no
like,
clicky.
Yeah, there's no, like, the buttons are barely even there. They're almost like a touchpad now.
I don't like
the trackpad's still fantastic, and they still have, like, the best speakers on the market. But, like, the power just isn't there as much. Adobe recently, like the new 2019 Macs are supposed to be really good. Like, Adobe redid like the drivers so that it works better on it. You did? Oh.
Going to live. Oh shit. Whoa, fuck.
Yeah,
what the fuck is going on?
I don't know. Mac is a free BSD Linux. The vast majority of systems we rely on every day is Linux. Why not just Linux? I don't know, man. It's just like I like do all this research, but once I'm into the idea of, like, once I figure out the computer I want, I'm, like, not gonna fuck with any programs or any, like Like they say, like, oh, you can overclock the GPU and you can do all this kind of shit, and I'm like, oh, that sounds so cool. I can't wait to overclock the GPU. And then like once I get the fucking thing, I'm gonna be like, wow, what is? Do I click
How
on?
do overclock?
Do I click on the time thing over here? Do I just like push my arrow above it? That's overclocking. Like, I don't know. It's just. I'm probably not going to get that into it. I just want something that's powerful enough to edit all the footage that I need, and I don't really care about the operating system. I would love to. I would be fine with PC or Mac. That's the thing. Luckily, I'm in a scenario where I'm not like, fuck PC, fuck Mac. I'm just like, I just want something that performs. And the idea that I could play, like, I can maybe download Fallout 3 on that PC and play it again is fucking tight, because Fallout 3 slaps hard. It does. What are we doing?
New Vegas was pretty dope.
New Vegas was actually New Vegas might be the best one. Now it's Factory OC'd. I don't know. I'll have to. Maybe I'll do some research on Linux and see if it's like a good idea. But it's just like, man, yeah, 16 gig plus RAM for sure. The Razer Blade 15 comes standard with 16, but it's literally like 5 screws and it's completely noticed. Or like it's completely right there to just switch it out. Like it's literally one screw. You pop it, you slide it back in, you can have a new thing. And yeah, it has a dedicated. I think it's an NVIDIA RX 2060. So it's like a full size. It's a full size like desktop GPU in a laptop, and it doesn't thermal throttle like the new 2019. Actually, like it's supposed to kick super ass. Just go Alienware. You're talking 59, and it's TY tits. Yeah, I just don't like the Alienware is nice for sure, but I'd rather spend a few more. I did look at the new Alienware, like MS-12, I think is what it's called, but I just strongly prefer the Blade for similar performance and just like much better aesthetics for my personality. So it would just like, I'm gonna have it probably on camera here. So like, it is something that I do care about, even though it's probably something stupid. But it's just like I don't like things with weird ass hinges and like things that are made of plastic. I just don't care for it. After having the MacBook, I like that like
the
look
solid
and feel.
Yeah,
that's true. Dell is like a good back. Like there's definitely some downfalls to going with different smaller like independent companies, but I'm in between the Acer. I think there's like an Acer. Or I was thinking about the Asus Zephyrus or going with but I don't fuck with the Alienwares. Like finally they look less weird as shit.
Yeah.
But all the other ones just like, they scream gaming laptop, and that's not what I'm buying. Like I mean I'm like,
you're gonna play games
for
but
sure,
not.
But that's not why I'm buying it. I'm buying it so I
reason.
can be like productive. That's why I'm getting it.
Yeah. I mean you've got an Xbox One, so you can fucking play games on there. But I can't really talk because part of the reason why I built this is so that I can play Steam games too.
Yeah, it should last you 7 years, but in this fucking HP is Razer. No, Razer is its own independent company. It's called like they say like built by gamers for gamers.
Mm-hmm.
They're like an independent company. I don't know. Yeah, Alienware is Dell, and then like Asus does like the Zephyrus line.
Their own shit.
Asus is their own thing.
They still call it Asus though, don't they?
Yeah. MSI is like I think MSI. I don't think they're owned by anyone either. I think MSI is just kind of like a gaming thing. I think they're their
own shit.
Yeah, so Razer's just an independent one. Yeah, Asus is a good brand for sure. Yeah, I've done the research. I mean, like I feel it's probably, maybe they did. I don't know.
It's possible.
It's possible. I mean, there seems like their quality has gone up a shitload in the last 2 years.
So maybe they got some big money behind it.
It's possible. I mean, they also have they're like the millennial company. Not like saying like they're like, but they're like one of those companies who like start up and then they were their marketing just like really fucking floored them. So like they're doing really well.
Like you got to have marketing down to really get anywhere.
I've heard certain bad things about like their peripheral accessories, like mouses and keyboards. Like they're a little too expensive for their quality.
Mm-hmm.
But with their laptops, they're like, every single time you hear a video of like what are the best ones, it's always on it. And then two of the YouTubers like I trust most on like their assessment, both have used it for an extended period of time.
Wow.
Like so they'll say like, these are the laptops we're reviewing today, and then like in parentheses like, this is the one I use daily. Like,
Yeah.
and it's the one that I want. So it's backed by people, which usually matters to me more than things than other things.
Than
like
critics.
Yeah, critics don't. It's backed by people, and people like who get my
People
attention.
who do the same shit that we're trying to do as well.
HBO is the Omen brand. Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
Omen. I don't know if I've heard of that. I might have.
I haven't heard Omen either.
I think it might be called the HP Omen. So it's not like an Omen brand. It's just like like
their
Asus.
thing.
Asus doesn't have like a thing. It's like an Asus Zephyrus is their gaming
Yeah.
one, and like Acer has their Scar 3, and there's another one called like a Still 2, something like that.
Yeah.
But they're like
It's just
they're their
their
gaming ones.
yeah.
The Blade 15 isn't even their like hyper gaming one. They have the Blade 17.
Isn't that just the screen size though?
Yeah, but they also changed the internals as well.
Because they've got a bigger.
Yeah, like they have a
base to
much
put
better
shit.
one than I'm wanting to get. Like the 2060 is the one I want. They also have one that you can get for like $3,000 that has a 2080 Max Q in it, which literally runs ray tracing. So if you don't know what that is, it seems like what I got. The gist of it is because I'm mostly paying attention to the 2060. I don't have like all the research down on the other one. It's like it shows like natural refraction of light, so how light reflects off of things. Like it has like lifelike shadowing and color. So
For
like
all
if
gaming.
you light a lighter, like in Metro Exodus, it'll show the light reflecting through the water and like on different things in like a very crazy, very dynamic
High level
way.
shit.
It's pretty crazy, but it's like the people on YouTube are like, bruh, it's a this is the docking
shit.
station thing. There's additional video card to beef up your graphics. You build on top of what's got already. Forgot what's called now. Too many drugs in the 60s. No, yeah, I've heard of. You can get external GPUs for most things though. You know, I mean, like, it might not be the exact same brand using the external GPU, but you can attach an external. We could attach an external GPU to, I believe, Aaron's like computer here and run it like a fucking beast. But yeah, so I mean that's a possibility for me to like in my docking station in the future if like
build a docking station.
Yeah, like
just pull the foreskin back and touch peen tips.
Well, you only pull the foreskin back of one.
Oh,
because you gotta like Chinese finger trap it. You know,
it's like quick disconnects.
Yeah,
you gotta have one uncircumcised, one circumcised.
But then only one person gets the docking pleasure. You gotta like, switch it up.
Yeah. Okay.
God damn it.
Oh fuck! I think we can call it good on that.
Yeah.
We did like an extra, fucking 30. It feels like 30 minutes of.
So we're narrowing it down.
YouTube stream.
070707. Too many drugs in the 60s.
I feel like that could be to just throw us off.
Could be a joke.
Could be.
This is going to be the cryptic mystery we try to figure out.
We're gonna try and figure out who 070707 is.
We got so you highlight his name, and then we're gonna take it and we're gonna fucking go into the docs.
The FBI fucking database.
Go deep. We're gonna call off Jeffrey Epstein's fucking his.
God
handler.
damn it!
Figure it out. All right, we're gonna take off.
It's been fun.
707. We'll be back probably next Tuesday, I would assume.
Yeah, probably Monday or Tuesday because we got to release the shit on Wednesday.
Yep.
It all depends on what's going on.
Oh yeah.
But thanks for tuning in to our first ever YouTube live stream. Clap.
You did it.
Clap it up.
You're officially you've made it in.
You've made history.
We appreciate you so much, and bye. Bye, bud.